Hey, did y'all see that interview or that podcast that Channing Crowder, which is a former NFL player, what he said about Russell Wilson? He talked about Russell Wilson being a good dude, but being a lame dude, saying that a guy from the inner city would never want to hang out with Russell Wilson. And, it kind of got me thinking, I'm a lame dude. I ain't no real nigga. Well, okay. Now, what constitutes being a real nigga? I really don't know, but I got some gist of what I think it takes to be a real nigga. And some of those things apply to me. I have done jail time. I haven't been sentenced to jail time, but I have been placed in a cell on 3 separate occasions for 36 hours. I've been on not parole. Parole is when you've been locked up and you got freedom after you were locked up. Probation is what you have in lieu of being locked up. So I've been on probation. I've done community service. I've smoked a lot of marijuana. What else have I done? I've got a child with a woman that I don't get along with, and I'm not in my child's life. Doesn't that kind of make me a real nigga for real? I mean, I don't have no felonies, but I did. I got it expunged. I had stuff on my record. Doesn't that pretty much what real niggas have? Those things? But I'm never looked at as a real nigga. Never have been. I'll tell you. I remember, and all I've tried to do was help Negroes. I first did welfare reform. That was my first job out of college. And me and one of the other counselors, it was a dude from the hood. Dude actually used to date my sister, by the way. So that tells you right there, women go for certain type dudes. So anyway, this one dude working with me alongside during the welfare reform, one of these hood ratchet, yellow-toothed, ugly, walrus-looking black bitches, she was ugly as fuck. She said, well, I'm glad y'all got a real one up in here. Now, at the time, I laughed it off, but it really hurt me. It got to me because all the other ones had to be thinking the same thing, but she had to go ahead and say something about it. But then when I realized that it came from an ugly, discolored tooth woman that I would want nothing to do with, kind of made it funny, but it still didn't change the fact that, yeah, they look at you as somebody that's not a real nigga and you trying to help them. Fast forward, that same dude, Bo, after I stopped working with him, I saw him at the you know how in the hood they have them basketball tournaments all day. I saw him and he acted like he didn't want to see me. He really acted like he was embarrassed for me to know him in front of people that he knew, but I didn't know. You understand what I'm saying? So that was a hurtful thing. I remember going to a birthday party. A coworker was a black kid, a hood dude, and all the rest of the people at the party were hood dudes. And afterwards, we're in the back room smoking. His wife comes in the room, and see, these people don't think I can see it, but I see it. She's actually like, like saying or mouthing it to her husband, like, and pointing at me like, who is this dude? Like, who is this nigga? Who is he? Like that. And again, another hurtful thing. But the truth of the matter is, I gotta accept, especially at 50 years old, that I'm just not going to be accepted by rank and file niggas like that. And I guess I'm going to have to say that's fine. But one thing I don't want is what I call the illusion of inclusion, meaning I don't want to start thinking that because my people don't accept me, that members of the dominant society are. That's what I'm not going to adhere to believing. It would be easy for me to say, oh, well, fuck you niggas. I'll go just be a part of another community. No, I won't, because I'll never be an honorary white person. Never. I don't care what my mannerisms and stuff like that are. The only time niggas wanted to hang with me and treated me like I was important or like I was one of them was when we was about 16 years old. I had access to a car. They did not. I always had the charisma to attract females of other races that were actually attractive that these niggas would not have the confidence to even talk to. So I guess they assumed, looking back on it, if I hang with him long enough and I'm around him when he's around these nice looking white girls, maybe eventually they'll start asking about me, because from their perspective, all the girls in the hood want them hood niggas, and they look at me as a lame. So if I go around the women that like him, those women will like me because all women like hood niggas. And that's just never the case. Y'all just don't have it. You know, you just don't have the charisma to be talking to somebody out. That's what I say. Why is being a hood nigga so good? Outside the hood, y'all niggas ain't shit. You're really not. You're really not shit in the hood. Like, to be honest with you, I stay out of the hood as much as possible because most people in the hood don't have good lives and they're not happy. Just yesterday, I was in the suburbs and there was 3 ghetto chicks that got out their car to come in the Wawa. I walked past them and I overheard one of them say, "Oh, he's cute." I'm not gonna say it. They're in their 20s. I don't want to say none of them. So later on, I'm interacting with the girl, the cashier behind at the Wawa, and I'm talking normally like I talk, and I could hear one of them say, "Oh, he think he white. He act like a white person." And I didn't say nothing, but I'm like, "No, bitch, I'm happy with my life. I'm happy that I got a job that I can be proud to have, and it's not stressful, and I'm not dealing with motherfuckers like you." So, yeah, that really pissed me off. At some point, I used to be, I think that's why I went to a predominantly black school. That's why I started smoking weed. That's why I did welfare reform. I did things to try to help niggas. But now, fuck you niggas, for real. Yeah, I'm sitting out in front of the parking lot at Wawa right now. I got it's a get well card in here for a lady that was my first ride when I used to work for that transportation company. Last night, for some reason, she just went through my head like Susan. I don't know. Why was I thinking about Susan? Because she had cancer. And I'm getting her this card because I wonder how she's doing, but I don't know her that well. But I'm getting the sympathy. I think maybe she came through my mind because one day I went to go pick her up. I picked her up early. And when she got in my car, it smelled like she had defecated on herself. And as soon as she got in the car, I put the windows down. And I think it offended her because she didn't cry right away, but I heard sobbing. And then I looked at the rearview mirror and I saw her crying. So I'm sure she knew that I could smell her having the bowel, because she got colon cancer, like I said, and I think maybe her bowels released and she had to leave work early. And when she got in my car, I didn't go, woo, but my reaction was like, woo, what's that smell? And put the window down. And she started crying, so I think that offended her, even though I didn't mean to offend her, but I'm sure it did. So I got that card to give her, and this was about a year ago, so I hope. And keep in mind, I just saw a guy that I used to drive with for that company. Now he works at Wawa in security, and I was talking to him. I asked about her, and he said she's still alive. So, yeah, I'm going to go drop that by. And, this is a hick town. Susan is a white lady, not an attractive white lady. We relish in the fact that Kamala Harris lost the election, and I'm quite sure someone expressed their grievances about the Charlie Kirk loss. I'm almost certain that either her or someone in her inner circle loved Charlie Kirk. But at the end of the day, it's about humanity. That woman never did nothing to me, and my own people don't accept me. But don't get it twisted. I do not have the illusion of inclusion. Have a good day, y'all.